Hello, I'm James Gunn, the Reform Party candidate for Oxford West in Abingdon. There are several schools of thought on benefits area. Some think that everybody who claiming benefits is malingering. Some people think that everybody on benefits is completely helpless and deserves every penny the government gives them. Reform is somewhere in between that. We believe there's a mixture of people who need it permanently, and people who shouldn't be claiming and should be finding work. 5.3 million people are claiming out-of-work benefits, 3.7 million of them for mental health reasons. That number went up very sharply when remote assessments were introduced, so face-to-face assessments no longer used for mental health reasons. We think that a lot of people are claiming this kind of benefit because the tax system makes them better off on these kind of on benefit than on working. For that reason, we're going to make work pay by raising the income tax threshold from £12,500 to £20,000. So that's for every taxpayer. If they're making £20,000, that will save them £1,500 straight away. We think that this means that benefit will then not pay, and we'd therefore like to see lots of people who are currently sitting at home on mental health payments, etc., to get a job and get working. We think this number is about 2 million people. Unfortunately, we're going to have to encourage some of them by saying if you don't get a job after 2 offers, then I'm afraid your benefit will stop. So that's a carrot, that stick, but the carrot is there for the extra tax relief, the tax allowance, which quite honestly you should be having anyway, but Reform is going to give it to you. Now, there is some nastiness going around. There are some rumours going around that Reform intends to make disability payments more rigorous to claim, etc. That is not the case. Your PIP review will take place for those conditions which are thought to be temporary and you might recover from, but for those conditions that are permanent, we will not be continuing with their to annually assess you or anything like that. So once you've been diagnosed with a chronic condition, the Reform's governments will leave you alone. 2 more things that we need to do on benefit. The first one is about fraud detection. We think that there is more fraud in the system than the Department of Work and Pensions is willing to admit to. I can say from personal experience that the software providers who worked on the system while I was working there in 2007-8 were able to find much higher rates of benefit fraud than the department was prepared to admit to Parliament. So the last thing is we're intending to integrate mental health services with the job-seeking pathways. We want to find people with mental health problems with jobs that suit them and that they can keep and do well. It's better for everyone if people have jobs, have colleagues, have friends, have a day out of the office, out of the house, and different bunch of people to talk to. It's also good for the sort of mutual respect in a family that one person, nobody's a passenger. Thank you. That's our Reform's policies on benefit system. I hope you'll vote for us on the 4th of July.